Hey guys, and welcome to the final day of Blessed to Be at Home. Thank you genuinely to each and every one of you that have taken part. It honestly fills my heart with joy to see you all practicing along with me and to just know that I've been able to add some kind of value to your lives. So thank you to everyone that's messaged me. If you haven't already, I would love to hear from you. Always slide into my DMs. I'm always there, ready to talk. So, day 10. I've left my favorite till last. I've also got a new funky mic. I look like Britney Spears, I know. I might bust into song if you're lucky at the end. Day 10, what is it? It's all about funky, flying, fun flow. So there's a few arm balances in there. We're going to build up to headstand at the end, so don't worry if it's not already in your practice. I'm going to go right back to basics. So either you'll learn it fresh from the start, or maybe you'll learn something about it that you didn't know before. So, whenever you're ready, let's hop on our mats for the last time and let's get started. Okay, so for our final day of fun together, we're going to start out lying down onto our backs. I hope you can hear me okay with my new Britney Spears mic. Coming all the way down. Getting into a nice, comfortable lying down position, Shavasana, corpse pose. And just take this time to settle. Find stillness on your mat. Really trying to roll shoulders down your back away from your ears. Let your fingers go soft, your feet fall away from each other. And I just invite you to start focusing, tuning in to how the body feels today. Do you feel energetic? Do you feel a bit more sluggish and lethargic? Do you need a little bit of shaking, awakening? Do you feel ready for a fun-filled practice? Just noticing where you're holding onto things in the body. Be it physical tension, maybe something that's more emotional or spiritual. And then I just want you to take both hands onto the space in the belly and apply a little bit of pressure down into that space. Not too hard, just a little bit of pressure. Maybe you can even feel your pulse in your stomach. I know I can right now. And this space here, where our belly is, our stomach area, our torso, is where our solar plexus is, our third chakra. The chakra relating to self-esteem, confidence, self-love, that self-talk. And often inversions or new kind of poses, arm balances, all of those kind of things can often stem from a fear of falling. So not being able to freely move into them is not because you don't have the strength or the ability, but rather you have this fear holding you back. A fear that you wouldn't have had when you were younger. When we were younger, we just used to throw ourselves about easily, readily. But now that we're older and we understand the consequences, we have this fear of falling. So as you rest your hands onto your belly right now and you apply a little bit of pressure, I want you to say to yourself,
I am strong. I am confident. And I don't live by fear. I am strong. Feel it as you say it to yourself. I am confident. Feel that confidence as you say it. Don't just say it, feel it. And I do not live by fear. And this is something that we don't just have to practice on our mat today, but something that we can take with us through the rest of our day or the rest of our week even, and live by that principle. Live by those mantras, because they won't just help you in your practice, but in your day-to-day life. Starting to tune into the breath. Let's get a bit of breath down into that space in your belly. Taking a deep breath in, sending the air all the way down the back of the throat, to the lungs, to the ribs. Feel the torso expand, feel the belly expand and rise as you breathe in. And feel everything soften and sink down as you breathe out. Deep belly breath in, feel those hands expand as you send the air down into that space. And as you exhale, letting everything sink down, soften down. Taking a couple more big breaths like this, deep belly breath in. Exhale, feel all that air escape from the body. And then just coming to a natural pace of the breath, seeing if we can seal the lips shut, breathing just in and out through the nose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And don't worry if you can't breathe through your nose, if you've got hay fever or a cold or anything like that. Feel free to breathe in a way that feels comfortable for you today. And then I just want you to draw your knees up in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze in. Wrap your arms around your knees. Hug yourself in towards you. And then letting arms fall out to a T shape. I want you to take your knees on top of your hips, toes in line with knees. So we've got this like reverse tabletop position. This is in Pilates, what they call tabletop. Arms out to your T shape. And as you breathe out, I want you to slowly start to twist your knees over to the left, resisting the urge for the right shoulder to lift. And don't let your knees touch the floor. Use your core, use the side of the core to help you. Inhale back to center. And as you pull your knees back to center, I want you to imprint your lower back to the floor. Exhale to the right, over to the right. Resist the urge for your knees to touch the floor, for your elbow to lift. And as you inhale back to center, making sure knees are over hips, lower back is on the floor. Now, the closer your knees are to your chest, the easier it's going to be. So if this is too difficult for you, just make that adjustment. Over to the left side, exhale. Inhale up to center, imprint your lower back. Exhale to the right, over, don't let your knees drop, don't let your shoulder drop. Back to center, imprint the lower back. If you see a little bit of a gap in my back, that's because I've got my mic pack on. So I'm trying my best. Over to the left side, squeeze. Inhale up to center, one more, over to the right. Don't let your knees drop, squeeze your knees together if it helps you. Inhale, up to center. Really nice. Hands underneath the knees. We're going to rock and roll forwards and backwards, starting to warm up the spine. And then the next time you rock up, I want you to hold your boat pose. So keep the toes lifted, keep the chest lifted. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, boat pose. Hold it. Use your core. So as you lift, squeeze your belly tight. Rock back. Inhale, lift. Last two we're doing without our hands. Rock back. Inhale, lift. Yes, one more. Rock back. Inhale to lift.
Cross your ankles over, hands are going to come to the floor, and we're going to step or jump back into our high plank upper push-up. Pushing your shoulders out your back, making sure hips are in line with the rest of your body, so we don't want this. Nice and low, and then just start to rock forwards and backwards. So tiptoes and then press the heels back. Rocking. Maybe you add a little bit of side to side in, get the side of the core working. And then on your next breath out, dropping your knees down, we're going to lower down belly and chest. As you inhale, cobra, roll your shoulders down your back. Retuck the toes, and we're going to press back into our downward facing dog. Hips up nice and high to the sky. Press your chest back. Fingertips gripping your mat. As you inhale, up high on your tiptoes. Exhale, knees lower. Walk your hands back so your wrists come underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to take our cat and cows. As you inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest, roll your shoulders back. And as you exhale, pushing around. And as you do this today, I want you to send some extra awareness to your core. Pull your belly button up towards your spine. Really suck the belly in. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest, roll your shoulders back. As you exhale, pushing around, chin to chest, arching. Core pulls in. One more round, inhale to lower. Feel free to flow with your own breath here. You don't have to follow my breath. And as you exhale, pushing around, chin to chest, arching through the back, pull your core up and in. We're going to come to a neutral spine. And then I want you to either walk your hands forwards, or in my case, I need to walk my knees backwards so that you're a little bit wider than a tabletop apart from each other. As you inhale, rock forwards, keep the core engaged, slight arch through the lower back, shoulders over wrists. We're going to do our chaturanga push-up, so on our knees. So we're going to lower halfway, press back into child's pose. Chest forwards, imagine like your sternum is going to touch the floor in front of the mat, halfway, press back. One more, lift up, halfway, press back. I lied, there's one more, up. We're going to go all the way down. Keep the engagement of your core, tailbone tucked under, lower slowly all the way down to the floor. As you inhale, lift up, low cobra. And as you exhale, press back into downward facing dog, hips up nice and high to the sky. Taking any pedals you need to take here, starting to warm up into the backs of the legs. Hopefully the core is a little bit warm now, the shoulders are warm, triceps, all those things that we need for our arm balances and our inversions. When you're ready, looking forward, taking a big step forward, right toes, left toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. As you inhale, big sweep up, look up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment, reset. Make sure feet are hip distance apart. As you inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, big dive forwards, folding down, plant your hands. Stepping back into your high plank upper push-up. Holding here, take a deep breath in, making sure belly is switched on, shoulders are firm out of your back. Knees lower. Inhale, shift forwards, exhale, lower to your chest. Inhale, cobra. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, hips up nice and high. We're going to do some elbow taps with our knees. So as you inhale, I want you to shift your weight forwards and you come into a plank and tap your right knee to your right elbow. And then step back, down dog. Inhale, left knee, left elbow, tap and step back. Really nice. This time coming forwards, we're going to cross over. So rock forwards, right knee to left, cross, tap, and step back. Forwards, cross left, knee, right elbow tap, and step back. Really nice, hips up nice and high. Look forward, and we're going to take 3 bunny hops. So I want you to really try and hop high. If you don't feel like you can, that's fine. Maybe giving 1 or 2 a try. You can jump as low or as high as you want to. It doesn't matter. They don't need to be pretty. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and then step forwards into your forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy. Little bit of a rock from side to side. And then releasing elbows, roll all the way up to standing. Big sweep up, look up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment, find your breath. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, sweep up overhead, look up. As you exhale, diving forwards down to the floor. We'll inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, left toes, right toes now. Really strong in your plank, shoulders out your back. Engaging through the quads, through the legs, squeeze your bum. Now either inhale, shifting forwards, dropping the knees and lowering like we normally do, or taking the full chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And as you exhale, press nice and high to the sky. Feeling it in your down dog. As we inhale, we're going to take our left leg up to the sky, stretch up, taking your knee to the top of your left arm. Now, option to take an arm balance here. So we either hold or we start to lean our weight forwards, bend into our right elbow, left elbow, maybe catching your elbow underneath your torso and then seeing if you could lift the right leg away from the floor. Right toe step back, left toes up to the sky. Don't worry if you didn't get it. It doesn't matter. We're just playing here. Feel free to pause and try again. Left toe step forwards. We're going to drop our right knee down, untuck the back toes. As you inhale, sweep up to the sky. Big breath in, catch your breath. Roll your shoulders down your back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. As you inhale, taking arms to a T shape and then really pulling your shoulders together behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. As you exhale, starting to straighten through the front leg, clasp your hands towards your foot. Doesn't matter if you've got a bent knee, doesn't matter if you can't quite reach, that's fine. As you inhale, reopen, bend into the knee, open the chest, squeeze your shoulders together. Exhale, hands to your front foot, straighten your front leg as much as you can. One more, inhale to open, lift the chest, squeeze shoulder blades together. As you exhale, hands to the front foot. Take a breath. And then I want you to take your fingers to the floor. Maybe you want to wiggle your front foot forwards just slightly so your weight is a little bit more forwards. And then as you inhale, lift the chest, press into your fingertips. And I want you to see if you can lift your left heel away from the floor. Be where you might get a little bit crampy in this left thigh, that's normal. Inhale, we lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more, squeeze your core, you've got this. Inhale, lift. And lower. Amazing. Toes to the floor, foot to the floor. Lean into your lunge. As you inhale, take a big reach up overhead. As you exhale, hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and we're going to kick our left leg all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, left toes touch down, reset in your down dog. At any point you feel like you need to take a child's pose, please feel free. So if you feel like you need one now, you take it. This is your practice. If you're in your down dog, stay with the breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out, keeping shoulders down your back. Don't let them rise up into your ears. If you're in your child's pose, now is the time to lift up. We're going to inhale, right toes up to the sky. As you exhale, knee to the top of the right arm. Start to bend both elbows if you want to, leaning forward. Elbow and the left can come above the hip. Lean your weight forward. Lift your left toes away from the floor if you can. Left toe step back, right leg all the way up to the sky. Look forward. We take a big step between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, reach up, low lunge. Take a moment to breathe here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. As we inhale, arms to our T shape. Pull your shoulders together behind your back. And as you exhale, straightening through the front leg, grabbing your fingers to your foot. Try and keep your balance by keeping your core engaged. As you inhale, open up, lift the chest. As you exhale, fingers to your foot, folding forwards. Core is squeezing. As you inhale, reopen. One more, squeeze shoulders together, lift the chest. As you exhale, press back, grab your foot. Take a breath here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Fingertips to the floor. Wiggle your front foot forwards more so your weight is more forwards than it is sitting backwards. As you breathe in, press into your fingertips and see if we can lift the right leg away from the floor. It's totally normal if it was possible one side and it's not on the other, so don't beat yourself up here. We're going to take a breath in, lift, exhale, lower. Squeeze your core, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Maybe you got that quad cramp. I'm sorry if you did. One more, inhale, lift, and lower. Amazing. Taking your foot to the floor, leaning back into the front knee, sweep up. As you exhale, hands come down to the floor, tuck and lift the back knee, and we're going to kick our right leg back up to the sky. Taking right toes down, look forward, either going for 3 more bunny hops or just stepping to the top of your mat. If you're hopping, I'll move with you. Look to the top of the mat. Try and tap your heels to your bum. Big hop. 2, 3. Amazing. Big step forwards, or maybe you even want to hop forwards. Hop. Yes, guys. Inhale, rolling all the way up to center. Sweep up overhead. And as you exhale, hands to heart center, reset. If you need a sip of water, take one. If you're doing this in London in current time, you'll know it's boiling, so keep drinking your water. I'll just adjust my shorts. Okay. Reconnect with the breath, maybe close the eyes. When you're ready, just gently blinking open the eyes. Take a little bit of a step back away from the top of your mat so you've got some space at the front. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. As you inhale, reach up. As you take a big breath out, fold down, diving down. Breathing in, we're going to sit back into our chair pose. Weight into your heels, hips nice and low, slight tuck under of the tailbone. Big breath in, big breath out, sink low. 2 more breaths, inhale. 1 more breath in. Exhale, sink nice and low. And then taking your hands to the floor, I want you to rock up into a little bit of a squat. So you're sitting towards your heels and your palms are on the floor. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of work on our crow pose. If you've got it, feel free to have a play by yourself. If not, following me. So I just want you to take a little bit of a step back away from the top of the mat. You're probably still too close. We want a nice bit of space for our hands. And then I want you to see if you can get your knees right up into your armpits. So not on the outsides, not falling insides, right onto your armpits. Palms flat to the floor. And then we're lifting our heels away from the floor. We're on our tiptoes.
pressing your fingertips into the floor. Make sure palms are spread wide, but not too wide that you almost can't use your fingers, just covering enough surface area. And then as you inhale, lift your bum nice and high. Look forward, way ahead of your mat, looking forward. And then I want you to start to tilt your weight forward, weight over your arms. So you're bending into your elbows and tilting your weight forwards. As you breathe in, maybe see if you can lift the left toes. Exhale, rock back, come back. Inhale, lift, rock forwards, lift the right toes, and then rock back. 2 more on each side. So rock forwards and lift, rock back. Rock forwards and lift, rock back. Feel free to readjust as you come back so knees can come back into armpits. Rock forwards and lift and back. 1 more on the right. Rock forwards, look forwards, lift and come back. We're going to go for 1 full crow. Let's see if we can get both toes up off the floor. So knees right up into your armpits. Make sure your heels away from the floor, toes to the floor. Look forwards. Lift your bum. Keep looking forwards. Rock forwards. Weight over your arms. Lifting 1 toe. Maybe the other toes lift. And then when you're ready, toes down, stepping back into your high plank. Knees lower, lower, all the way down onto belly and chest. We inhale, low cobra. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, guys. We're flying, we're flying. It feels good. Looking forwards to the top of the mat. Let's take a big step forwards with the left toes. Looking forwards like we're in a runner's lunge. As you inhale, sweep up into your high lunge. Take a breath in. Big breath out. As we breathe in, reach nice and tall. As you breathe out, I want you to fly your hands back behind you. Lift the back toes into your warrior 3. Big step up. Fly. Big step back. High lunge. 2 more. Hands back. Lift the back toes. Fly. Big step back. High lunge. 1 more. We've got it. Stepping up. Hands back. Warrior 3. Big step back into high lunge. Amazing. Hands reach up high. Exhale, palms to the floor. Stepping back into your high plank, either lowering knees or coming all the way with me. We lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up nice and high to the sky. If at this point you need to take a child's pose, please feel free. Reconnect with the breath. If you need to breathe out through the mouth, do it. Big breath in, lion's breath out. Deep breath in. Stick out your tongue out through the mouth. Yes, we're on fire. Looking forwards. Big step forwards with the right toes. Look forwards like you're in your runner's lunge. If you're in your child's pose, just meeting us here. We'll take a big breath in, reach up nice and tall, high lunge. And as you exhale, we're going to float our hands back, chest forwards, and we're lifting into warrior 3. Big breath in, exhale, warrior 3. Fly it forwards, lift the back toes. Big step back, reach up. Exhale, hands back, lift the chest, lift the back leg, fight it. And then big step back. 1 more, we've got this. Big breath in, big breath out. Float. Yes, don't fall like I just did. Keep it, keep it. Big step back, reach up. And as you exhale, hands come down, step back, high plank, either taking your chaturanga or knees lower. Either way, shift forwards, lower halfway. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And now all together, big breath in. And as we breathe out, let's lower our knees, big toes together to touch. Press back to child's pose. Taking that time to reconnect. Find your breath, slow down your heart rate again. Really let everything rest nice and heavy down into the floor. And actively leave behind anything that did happen or didn't happen in the practice already. Leave it behind. All that exists is us together in the here and now. And we've got this. We've got lots more fun to come, lots more of a chance to practice. And just remember, things don't happen overnight. We have to practice. Keep coming back to the mat. Keep coming back to our yoga. And you will get there. I promise you that. I promise you you'll get there. When you feel ready, slowly lifting back up. We're going to all meet in our down dog, so I really just want you to take your time in getting there. There's absolutely no rush. We're going to tuck our toes under, lift our hips nice and high to the sky, press back. Take a moment here. So we're now going to do a few dolphin press-ups. So I want you to slightly look forwards, keep your weight pressing back, keep your shoulders down your back, and see if you can slowly drop your elbows, forearms down to the floor. If one elbow leads, that's absolutely fine. Do not worry. Just seeing if as you press up, the opposite elbow can lead. So inhale, lift up. Let's go for 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. 1 more, slowly lower. Inhale, press up. Amazing. Looking forwards. We're going to shift our weight forwards into our high plank. Hold here for a second. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Dropping knees down. And then just walking your hands back. Untuck the toes and sit back towards the heels. Just take a second. Rolling your shoulders back. Keep them nice and away from the ears, taking any movement you feel like you need to take to just get a little bit of a release. We're going to play with our headstand now. So I don't want you to panic. I won't make you lift your feet if you don't want to. This is completely led by you. So don't feel like you have to go into anything that you're not ready to do. We can do our headstands, believe it or not, without actually lifting our feet from the floor. Now, if you want to, please feel free to set up against a wall, but I'm going to show you here away from the wall. Maybe I need to just scooch my hair down a little bit so I've got that place on my head. So headstands require us to have a bit of shoulder strength, core strength. Actually, it kind of uses the whole body, but a lot of it's to do with that muscle memory and the mind-body connection and letting go of fear, like I said right at the beginning of the practice. So we're going to set up like this. I want you to take one hand and take your thumb and your baby finger out. You're going to take your thumb into the space in between your eyebrows and then take your baby finger to the crown of your head. And you want to kind of find that space where your baby finger lies and then take your hand away and remember that space. Do a little bit of an imprint into your head there. We're going to take our hands onto our elbows and then take our elbows to the floor and then take your hands together, interlace, but leave your thumbs out. I like to leave my thumbs out. So you've got this open, interlaced hands. And then we want to take that part of the head to the floor where we just touched. So the crown of your head, right on the crown. Amazing. Then, as you can see, my shoulders are falling towards my ears. I want to press into the floor and make sure my shoulders come out my back. So I'm actively pressing the floor away with my forearms, with my elbows. Then I want you to tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift your knees away from the floor. Guess what? We're already doing a headstand. So you can stay here. Let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out.
Maybe see if you can walk your toes a little bit closer to your face, even if that means bending into the knees. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then gently drop your knees down to the floor, untuck your toes, and come back up. And you might feel this weird blood rush to the face. So just take a minute, excuse my funky hair, it's all in the name of a headstand. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to it. Grab your elbows, interlace fingers, head to the floor. Pressing elbows, forearms down into the ground so shoulders are engaged. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. Now either staying here, maybe if you feel like it, you see if you can take one toe away from the floor. Keep your knee quite close to you, so not like this, just low and lifted. Right toes down, inhale, left toes lift. Stay high on the toes that are on the floor. Down, right toes lift. Down, left toes lift. And the whole time you want to be pressing your weight towards you. Keep pressing your shoulders into the floor. The more you do this, the less you'll feel it on your neck. Left toes down, knees down. Slowly, slowly roll up. Take a second. Whew. When we're ready, coming back to it, interlace your fingers. Keep the shoulders on. I promise you, anyone that feels head or neck pain, it's probably because the shoulders aren't quite strong enough yet. You need to keep pressing your elbows and forearms to the floor so your shoulders are active on your back, and this is going to take that extensive weight off of your head. So you don't want too much weight onto the head. Let's go. One more time. Toes down, knees lift. Take the toe off the floor that feels most comfortable, and then if you want to, with the other toes, see if you can do a little hop. Little hops, squeeze your core. Little hops, squeeze your core. And it doesn't matter if you can't float it. Maybe you're just doing this, which is fine. Think about your bum lifting right over your head, shoulders on. If you get the lift, maybe you want to see keeping core on. If you can extend one leg, if you can, maybe trying the other leg. Doesn't matter if you fall. And then when you're ready, toes come down, knees come down, and slowly roll up, lifting up. Take a moment to reset. And then whenever you're ready, just sending toes out to the side, come to sit down onto your sitting bones, feet out in front of you, and wiggle yourself back to the center of your mat. Hands underneath knees, let's lift the chest nice and tall. As you exhale, rocking back, core engaged, lift your toes away from the floor. Deep breath in, deep breath out. If you can, floating hands away from your knees, keep your chest nice and lifted. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Breathe in and out. Amazing. Taking toes to the floor, slowly roll all the way down onto your back. Reach up overhead, take a big stretch, and then draw your knees in towards your chest. Give them a good hug in. We're going to take our arms out to our T shape. Let our left leg come all the way out long and twist the right knee across the body. Big twist over. Trying to keep your right shoulder down to the floor. Knee reaching down to the floor as well. Stay with the breath. So I don't want you to stay with anything that may have happened in your headstand practice today. If you're new to yoga, then it's completely normal that headstand isn't super easy yet. It takes a lot of time and practice, so keep at it. Finding yourself in your twist. Deep breath in, deep breath out.
And then gently taking the right knee back in towards your chest. Squeeze it in, release any tension from the lower back, and we'll switch. Right leg long, left knee up and in. Big squeeze in, arms out to your T shape. Knee drops over to the right hand side, twist it over. Take a big breath in, big breath out, sinking that left shoulder down. Just staying with the breath here. Just clearing any energy through the center of the body by twisting through it. And then as you breathe in, we'll take the left knee back to center, squeeze it in towards the chest, give it a nice hug in, taking both knees in. And then just taking any little bit of circles or movements you want to take before we find our Shavasana. And when you're ready, just letting legs come all the way out long to the floor. Hands out by your sides, closing off the eyes, rolling shoulders down your back. And in this moment, choose to surrender, to release any kind of control that you feel you need to have over the body or the mind. Let it go. Release. Let your head rest nice and heavy down into the ground beneath you. Let your body sink into the mat. Feeling that grounding sensation as the body's pulled down into the earth beneath you. And when you feel ready, just starting to wiggle into your fingers, wiggle into your toes, re-deepen the breath. Take a big stretch overhead, get nice and long. And then gently rolling over onto one side, pausing there for a second. And then using your hands to lift you up into a nice tall seat, crossing legs over if it feels comfortable for you. And then as you breathe in, sweep your arms up overhead. Find your palms together, connect them. As you exhale, taking hands to heart center, press your thumbs into your sternum, into your heart space. And just take this moment to repeat those mantras that we started with. I feel strong, feel it, feel the strength that you've just built within you. I feel confident, feel the confidence, feel how proud you are that you tried something different, that you gave it a go and got outside your comfort zone. And I do not live by fear. Choose now in this moment to let all that fear that's holding you back go. Think of how much you could achieve if fear did not exist. And then when you're ready, gently bow the head, bow the chest. The light in me honors the light in every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for coming to practice with me on day 10 of Blessed to be at Home. I hope you truly feel like this has added a little bit of light and joy to your time spent at home. Thank you genuinely from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you that joined me in this series, in this challenge. I am grateful for every single one of you. Honestly, I really am.
And I hope to see you back on the mat. Some of you maybe in person when we're allowed, and some of you back here on the mat virtually across the world soon. I love you all. Thank you, and I'll see you back here soon. Mwah.